Would like to show you how to use code across JCB in a very inheritant kind of way by taking the advantages of a few features that JCB has, features that most may not know is there, or maybe they do but they're not seeing its advantage. And then recently there actually came up a question on the forum by Alex Dings asking about, he has admin views but generic code that runs in multiple admin views, and then some of it runs only in specific admin views, and how I could speed up the maintenance of this kind of thing. So his first question is the helper admin class the best way to put this code? And then, is there a way to keep the generic admin forms functions I wrote separate from these specific ones? Okay, I'm sure some of you might even be listening here and not understand exactly what we're trying to do. And so I'm not even sure if I'm exactly going to answer this, yeah. So I'm going to quickly pull up a Docker image of Joomla. I have a Docker file there. I'm just quickly going to pull it up, and then we're going to go and use it. Okay, so we've got it up running. I think its default is user. Okay, so we're in here. I'm going to go to extensions and install, and basically add the web tab, the JED. Then type JCB, and here we have description. We can look at that. And install. Sort of getting the JCB install from GitHub. Okay, we're done. We go Joomla component builder. We're almost there. Then we could grab a demo component. If you don't know how to get access to these components, just follow this link and follow the tutorials. So I'm just going to get the JCB package, and then the key that you were sent you will add here. Maybe force an update. It's always good, sort of gets all your fields updated. Okay, now continue, and within moments we have JCB installed on JCB. Now we can start looking at the examples. That's really what I wanted to get to, because the question is being answered by the demo data already. So in JCB we're already doing a lot of this multi-inheritance structure kind of relationships, and so the best way to sort of demonstrate this is to actually look at JCB itself. Okay, we're almost there. Okay, we got JCB here. Now if we go to custom code, we'll see there's a whole lot of custom code, and many of them is this hash automation. Now we want to look at this JCB manual option. For example, let's look at the get view ID, which is a custom code. Basically that is its name. This is how you use it, and here we are having a view called admin view that is using it. So if we click on that, it's going to open for us the admin view, and when we get here we'll see there is the code. Now this actually is the I'm using this specific get view ID all across my components. It's also being used in JCB, but it's powerful, so I'm using it everywhere. So that's one way to use a specific snippet which you add here. You use the JCB manual, you give the function a name. You could pass values to the function like this, and please read the explanation here to how that is done. And in the end of the day, you can then adapt the value structure. For example, if if this value here needs to change from instance to instance, you can pass it by this value 1, which then will be arc0. And then you can just actually replace this here with 3, then arc0, and then 3 again, like that. And then you just remember to pass at least one value to update this value wherever you're using it. That's one way to reuse the scripting. Now the other way, which is the one that actually gets used in the helper class, is like here I've got one called getFilePath. So getFilePath is also a function which I am using across my components. It is just also being included in JCB, but many of my components is using getFilePath. And basically it is a little function that I can pass a few parameters to, and it can consistently give me back a path of where I want to place or get files from. Now in the PHP helper there is a function in the component itself, that's here, there's a function called helper classes for both admin and site. So anything you put in here will be not only added to the admin helper class but also to the site helper class, sort of a way to avoid doing it twice. And as you can see, there is one to just put it in the admin, so you could just take care and just target the admin helper, or you could just target the site class helper. But in this case, most of this code, I wanted it to just be everywhere. And if we were to go down to the very bottom, I suppose, here is the get file path. So it is forming part of a whole bunch of code that I'm adding to the helper class of this component, and which I'm also using in other components. So I don't need to redo this code anytime soon, unless I don't need to come and open the component when I want to change this code. I can just change the code right there in the place that it's in the custom area. So that means if we close out here and we go back to the custom code, you can see that the function is being used in component builder and in what field. The PHP helper both is where it's added. And if you need improving the code, you can always at the bottom see in which areas it's being used. So that is the option for multiple reuse of custom scripting. So you could put it anywhere you like in JCB, either in the component helper class or in the component's view, PHP areas. And by doing so, it gets reused. It gets placed into that code on compilation. And that's really the answer, I suppose, to the power of the custom code area. I realize it could be confusing because we are mixing it with the IDE custom code, which these are. This hash automation is basically where you edited your code in the IDE, like I did here, and then JCB is keeping track of it, and it's saying, okay, this is for the admin views template default body PHP file, and on this starting hash value, we are doing an insert of this code. And you cannot maintain the code here, but it's only for one file, one location, one place. Then there's the JCB manual, and the JCB manual is the implementation, or the mutated implementation of using custom code snippets, this snippet, all across in custom code areas. So that means I'm using the same word custom code for different implementation, and that might have been a mistake because you could miss its possible differences. But there is most certainly a difference. This doesn't target a file, but an actual area somewhere in that JCB compilation. So yeah, I hope that helps. Let me know.